Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. I am Neha Rajvanshi and I welcome you all in our today's class, that is English class of class 9th. So students, in today's video we will start reading with our next poem from the book Beehive, okay, and this is poem number 5 and the name of the poem is A Legend of the Northland, okay, and this poem is written by Phoebe Cary. So she is the poet of this poem, okay. So let's see the title. It is A Legend of the Northland, okay. So students, first of all let's understand what is a legend, right? So legend is a kind of story, a traditional story, right? A kind of a story that is not authenticated. It means that whether that story is true or false, no one can say about that, but it is very popular story, okay, and it is generally passed on to new generation by the older generation, okay. So such stories are known as legends, okay, and each and every area इस तरह की स्टोरी जो होती है बहुत फेमस होती हैं, okay. And now let's see what is Northland, okay. So students, we all know that you suppose this is the globe of our earth, okay. So this is North Pole and this is South Pole, clear? So all the area around the North Pole is known as Northland, okay. So this legend, or we can say this story is from that place, from that Northland only, okay. So this is very interesting story, very interesting poem, or we can say very easy poem, right? Easy to read, easy to understand, right? Yeah, it is little bit of lengthy, but I very much sure that you all will enjoy this poem, you all will enjoy the story, okay. So let's start. First of all, before you read, okay, so before starting reading the poem, let's get some idea. This poem narrates the legend of an old lady who angered Saint Peter because of her greed, okay. So in this poem, or we can say in this legend, in this story, there is one old lady, okay. So one old lady is there, and that lady, she angered Saint Peter, okay. So the second character of our story is Saint Peter, okay, and Saint Peter was one of the most famous missionary, right? And that the old lady, for some reason, she angered Saint Peter, okay. And why? Because of her greed, okay. So that old lady, she was very greedy, okay, and because of that Saint Peter जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा angry हो जाते हैं, okay. So what was the reason why Saint Peter was so much angry, and after that what did he do, okay. So this poem, this legend is about all that, and we will come to know all the story about the legend when we will continue the story, okay. And one more thing about the poem is that this poem is a perfect example of ballad, okay. So as I have told you earlier that when we read poetry, right, when we read literature, then there are so many kinds of poetry, right, as we have read one example of lyric earlier, right, and this poem is an example of ballad, okay. So what is ballad? Let's see. A ballad is a song narrating a story in short stanzas, okay. So what is a ballad? Ballad is a kind of song, okay, and in that song it narrates a story, okay, and how in short stanzas, okay. So बहुत सारे stanzas हैं इस poem में जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा lengthy नहीं है, बहुत कम lines के stanzas हैं, right, and with the help of that stanza one kind of story is narrated, okay. Ballads are a part of folk culture or popular culture and are passed on orally from one generation to the next, okay. और इस तरह के जो ballads होते हैं, इस तरह की जो traditional stories होती है, they are a part of the folk culture, right, and they are a part of the popular culture, and generally they are passed on orally, okay, from one generation to the next, okay. So as I have told you earlier that the older generation, okay, orally means वो अपने new generation को सुनाते हैं इस तरह की stories, and from that way they just pass on these stories, these legends to the next generation, to the new generations, okay. A Legend of the Northland is a ballad, okay, और ये जो poem हम यहाँ पढ़ने वाले हैं, that is A Legend of the Northland, it is a perfect example of a ballad, okay. So now I am very much sure that you all know what ballad is, okay. So now let's start. So this is the first stanza of our poem, okay. So let's see. Away, away in the Northland where the hours of the day are few and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep through. Okay, so in this stanza what the poet is saying, the poet is saying that away in the northland. Okay, so first of all the poet she is presenting the location. Okay, कि जो legend है right, ये कौन से area से है. Okay, so the poet is saying that away in the northland. Okay, and what is northland we have discussed earlier. So now here we can see. Okay, so जो हमारा north pole है अर्थ का right, this is our north pole. Okay, this is north pole on the area जो भी यहाँ पे आसपास area है. Okay, so all this area is known as northland. Okay, so जो भी इस northland में part आता है, okay, कहीं से भी related ये story ये हो सकती है. Okay, so now the poet is saying that away in the northland where the hours of the day are few and the nights are so long in winter. Okay, and now the poet she is presenting some of the characteristics of the place that is northland. Okay, so जो north pole है, we all know about north pole right, and that that place is full of snow. Okay, and this is the reason that the hours of the day are few there. Okay, so when there is winter, so winter में क्या होता है, जो day time होता है. Okay, or we can say the time when the sun is there, when the sunlight is there, so that time is few. Okay, comparatively to the night time, right? So this is a fact. Okay, so the poet is saying that in that area, in that place that is northland, so there the hours of the day, or we can say the duration of the daytime, the duration of the sunlight is less, or we can say is few comparatively to the night time. Okay, and the nights are so long that they cannot sleep them through. Okay, so who are they here? They are the people who live in such places that is northland. Okay, so वहाँ की जो winters की night होती हैं, they are so long कि वहाँ के जो रहने वाले लोग होते हैं, they cannot sleep them through, right? It means वो पूरी रात सो नहीं पाते हैं because जो nights होती हैं they are so long. Okay, so now let's see one more time. So the poet is saying that this story belongs to a place that is northland, right, and that place is so much away, so much far. Okay, next the poet is saying that she is presenting some of the characteristics of that place, and she is saying that that place in winters there जो duration of the day है, okay, or we can say the duration of the sunlight is quite less, is quite few comparatively to the night time. Okay, and the nights of such places are so long that the people of such places cannot sleep throughout the whole nights. Okay, so very simple lines are there. So this is the first stanza of the poem, and now let's discuss some of the literary devices that are used in this stanza. So first of all, let's discuss the rhyme scheme. Okay, so students, now I am very much sure that you all are able to mark the rhyme scheme. Okay, it is very easy. You just have to see the sound of the last word of the line. Okay, so let's see, the first word is northland, so it is a first sound, so obviously we will mark it as A. Okay, second word is few, so northland and few. Okay, so they are having any similarity, northland and few? No. So again few is a new sound, so we will mark it as a B. Clear? Next sound is winter. Okay, so let's see, northland, few, winter, any similarities there? No. Again it is a new sound, so we will mark it as a C. Clear? Next word is through. Okay, so let's see, northland, few, winter, through. Okay, so few and through, yes, they are similar sounds, so this will be B, right? So the rhyme scheme of first stanza is A, B, C, B. Okay, and students, remember this thing that throughout the poem, each and every stanza we will see the same rhyme scheme. Okay, that is A, B, C, B, right? So same rhyme scheme जो है वो use की गई है सभी stanzas में. Okay, so the rhyme scheme of this poem is A, B, C, B. Clear? And again we can say the use of repetition here. Okay, away, away. Okay, so the word away is repeated 2 times, right? So twice इसको use किया गया है. Why? So all the poets they use this literary device, that is repetition, just to lay emphasis, okay, on their idea, on their thought. Okay, so the poet she wanted to present the thing that this place is so far, this place is so much away. Okay, that is the reason she repeated this word away, away twice. Okay, so this is the example of repetition. Clear? Next, see, where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows, and the children look like bears cubs in their funny furry clothes. Okay, so this is the second stanza of the poem, and now the poet she is saying that where they harness the swift reindeer. Again, who are they? They are the people, the citizens of the Northland. Okay, so now the poet is saying that it is the place where the people who live there, they harness the swift reindeer. Okay, so reindeer is a kind of one animal. We can see in this picture, this is reindeer. Okay, so आप सबने भी देखा होगा बुक्स में, टीवी में, ओके, सुना होगा रेनडियर के बारे में. सो यहाँ पे जो लोग रहते हैं वो क्या करते हैं? दे हार्नेस. ओके, सो व्हाट इज हार्नेस? हार्नेस मीन्स अ सेट ऑफ स्ट्रैप्स फॉर फास्टिंग. ओके, एंड व्हाट इज स्विफ्ट? स्विफ्ट मीन्स फास्ट. ओके, सो रेनडियर दे कैन रन वेरी फास्ट. ओके, एंड स्पेशली ऑन स्नो. ओके, सो व्हेन जब वहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा स्नो होता है, बहुत ज़्यादा स्नोफॉल हो जाता है, देन ऑल द पीपल हु लिव देयर एट द नॉर्थलैंड, देन व्हाट डिड दे डू? दे जस्ट हार्नेस the swift reindeer, okay, to the sledges. Okay, so what is sledges? So students, in this picture we can see this is reindeer. Okay, and this cart in which this person is sitting, this cart is known as a sledge. Okay, and this sledge is pulled by the reindeers. Okay, so because everywhere there is snow, right? In this picture you all can see all the places covered by snow. Okay, so no vehicle can move on the snow. Okay, so ऐसे में क्या होता है, सब लोग क्या यूज करते हैं? They use this kind of sledge. Okay, this kind of cart that is known as sledge, and this sledge is pulled by the reindeers. Okay, and reindeers, they are able to run, they are able to walk very fast on the snow. Okay, so when there is snowfall, then all the people who live there, they just use such kind of sledges that are pulled by the reindeer, who are very fast, who can run very fast. Clear? So poet is saying that when it snows, okay, so when snowfall is there, then such kind of sledges वो use की जाती हैं. Okay, and the children look like bears cub in their funny furry clothes. Okay, and one more thing जो होती है जब snowfall होता है, and what is that? जो वहाँ के children होते हैं. Okay, so ये सब तो हमने भी देखा है कि when there is winter season, so winter season में क्या होता है? We all wear so many clothes, right? We wear sweater, jackets, cap, mufflers, socks, right? And all those clothes are furry, right? Because to prevent you from the cold, to prevent from the winter, we just cover ourselves with so many clothes, so many furry clothes. Okay, and in the Northland where there is so much cold, okay, and when there is snowfall, then जो parents होते हैं वो क्या करते हैं? They just cover their kids, they just cover their children with so many furry clothes. Okay, and those furry clothes look so funny on them. Okay, and the children who wear those furry clothes, they look like bear's cub. Okay, why? So in this picture we can see, right, this is a child, okay, a kid who is wearing all the furry clothes. Okay, so when he is in the furry clothes, so he is just looking like a baby of bear, right? He is looking like a baby, a bear's cub. Okay, so that is why the poet, she is comparing. Okay, because when such kind of kids, such kind of children, they wear those furry clothes, those funny furry clothes, then they look just like a bear's cub, they just look like babies of a bear. Okay, in those furry clothes, ऐसे clothes जो कि कैसे लगते हैं? बहुत ज़्यादा funny लगते हैं. Okay, so now one more time, let's see. So in this stanza the poetess, she is saying that when it snows, okay, when snowfall is there in Northland, that there are two things जो कि generally होती हैं. First thing is that all the people, they use sledges. Okay, and sledges are pulled by the reindeers. Okay, because reindeers, they have the ability, they have the quality, okay, to run very fast on the snow. Okay, and what is the second thing? The second thing is that all the children who live there, they are covered with furry clothes by their parents, and all the children, they look like bear's cubs, okay, in those funny furry clothes. Clear? So this is the second stanza, and again let's see some of the literary devices. First of all, rhyme scheme, as I have told you earlier, the rhyme scheme is the same throughout the poem. Okay, that is A, B, C, B. Clear? So let's see one more time. First word is reindeer, it will be A. Clear? Second word is snow, it will be B. Next is cubs. Again reindeer, snows, cubs. Cubs is again new sound, so it will be C, right? Next is clothes. So snows, clothes, snows, clothes. Yes, there is some kind of similarity, so it will be B, right? So again rhyme scheme will be A, B, C, B. Clear? And in this stanza we can see a use of simile. So what is simile? Simile is a literary device in which one comparison is there, okay, and in that comparison we use words like and as, okay. So like या as, right, in words का use किया जाता है and one comparison is there, so that literary device is known as a simile, okay. So in this stanza we can see that the children who wear funny furry clothes, okay, so those children, those kids are compared with the bears, cubs, okay. So this comparison is the perfect example of a simile. Why? Because in this comparison the word like is used, okay. This is the reason, this is the example of simile. Clear? And we can see some example of alliteration also. So students, now I am very much sure you all know what alliteration is. Alliteration is the repetition of the same consonant sound. Clear? So in this stanza we can see example of alliteration like funny, furry, okay. Funny, furry, yes, जो beginning sound है that is same, so this is a repetition of the same consonant sound and this is the reason it is the example of alliteration. Clear? Next, they tell them a curious story. I don't believe it's true, and yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you, okay. So now the poet is saying that again they are the people who live in such places, that is Northland, okay. So now the poet is saying that the people who live in Northland, they generally tell their children, okay. So who is them? Them is the children, the kids, so we can say the new generation, okay. So now the older generation, they generally tell some kind of curious story to the new generation, okay. And what is curious story means? Curious story means something that is very interesting story, okay. I don't believe it's true. Next the poet is saying that according to her, okay, she is not very much sure that whether this story is true or not. It means ये जो story है that is not authenticated, right, इसको authenticate नहीं किया जा सकता that whether this story is true or whether this story is a false one, okay. And yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you, okay. Next the poet is saying that she is not very much sure that whether the story is true or false, yet the thing that she is very much sure is that if she will tell the story, if she will tell the tale to us, then definitely we will learn a lesson, okay. It means जो वो story है, okay, ये sure नहीं है poet कि वो सही है, it means वो real है, वो actual में हुआ था ऐसा है, नहीं हुआ था, but she is very much sure that that story is having a kind of message, okay. That story is having some moral for all of us, and when जब वो poet हमको सुनाएंगी वो story, then definitely we all will learn some kind of lesson, okay. So this is the stanza, and again we can see some of the devices. Rhyme scheme is the same as I have told you, it is A, B, C, B, okay. And in this stanza again we can say some instances, some example of alliteration. So first of all we can say learn and lesson, okay. Learn, lesson, this is the example of alliteration, okay. And again tell, tale, okay. Tell, tale, this is also the example of alliteration. Clear? Next, once when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it preaching just as he did, okay. So now the poet, she has started the story, the legend, okay, about which she is not very much sure that whether it is true or not, okay, but she is very much sure that we will learn some kind of lesson from it, okay. So now she is starting the story and she is saying that once when the good Saint Peter, okay, so I have told you about Saint Peter. In this picture we can see he is Saint Peter, okay, and he is very famous missionary, okay, and we can say that Saint Peter was an apostle of Jesus Christ, okay. So when Saint Peter, he used to live in the world below, okay, so that time and walked about it preaching, okay. So that time when he was there in the world, so at that time he used to preach, okay. So what is preach? Preach means to give religious lessons, okay. So he was a missionary, so he used to give many kinds of religious lessons, okay, just as he did, okay. And because he is very much famous, so everyone know about him, everyone know his name, okay, and everyone know that he used to give religious lessons, okay, when he was there in the world, okay. So he is the first character from our story. He is Saint Peter. Clear? And again, rhyme scheme is the same, okay, and now I am very much sure you can mark the rhyme scheme by your own, okay. Next, he came to the door of a cottage in traveling round the earth, where a little woman was making cakes and baking them on the hearth, okay. And now the poet is saying next that who is he is Saint Peter, okay. So Saint Peter, he used to go to different places and he used to give many kind of religious lessons, okay. So one day he came to a door of a cottage, okay. So what is cottage? In this picture we can see such kind of house are known as cottage, okay. So generally जो cottage होते हैं उनकी जो roof होती है वो triangular shape में होती है, okay. So such kind of cottage was there in traveling round the earth, okay. So Saint Peter, he was traveling round the earth, he was going to different places. Why? To give his religious lessons, okay. So for this reason, when he was traveling round the earth, so one day he came to the door of such kind of cottage, okay, where a little woman was making cakes, okay. And in this cottage there was one little woman, there was one old woman, okay, and that old woman, that old lady, she was making cakes, she was baking cakes there, okay, and baking them on the hearth, okay. So what is hearth? Hearth is a kind of fireplace, okay, and in this picture you all can see this is hearth, this is the fireplace that is used to bake the cakes, okay. So जब हम केक बनाते हैं, so इस तरह के fireplace के अंदर हम केक को रख देते हैं, okay, and वो use किया जाता है to bake the cake, okay. So such kind of hearth, such kind of fireplace was there in that cottage, and the old woman, she was baking the cakes using this fireplace, using this kind of hearth, okay. So Saint Peter, he finally reached to her cottage, okay, and at that time she was baking the cakes, she was making the cakes using this kind of hearth, this kind of fireplace. Clear? Again, rhyme scheme we can see, rhyme scheme is the same, A, B, C, B, because earth and hearth, they are having the similar sound, so they will be B, B. Clear? Next, and being faint with fasting, for the day was almost done, he asked her from her store of cakes to give him a single one, okay. So now when Saint Peter, when he was in that cottage in which there was one old woman, okay, and she was baking the cakes, right. So now Saint Peter, he was faint with fasting, okay. So what is faint? Faint means weak, okay. So Saint Peter, he was very faint, he was very weak. Why? With fasting, okay. So he was having a kind of fast there then, okay. So what is fasting? Fasting we all know, right. हम भी अपनी फैमिली में देखते हैं, right. हमारे जो elders हैं, right, वो fast रखते हैं, right. Fast means जब भी हम we don't use any kind of grain, okay. So Saint Peter, he was fasting that day, he was having a fast that day, okay. So उन्होंने since morning कुछ भी नहीं खाया था. So because of that he was very weak, he was like वो बिल्कुल faint feel कर रहे थे, okay. For the day was almost done, okay, and now the day it was about to end, okay. वो जो दिन था वो almost done हो चुका था, वो almost पूरा हो चुका था. So Saint Peter, he asked her is the old woman, okay. So Saint Peter, he asked the old woman from her store of cakes to give him a single one, okay. So that old lady, okay, she was baking cakes, okay. So she was having a store store of cakes. Store of cakes means she was having so many cakes with her, right? A lot of cakes were there, okay? So Saint Peter, he asked the old woman what to give him a single one, right? So Saint Peter asked, he requested the old woman to give a single cake to him, okay? जो उनके पास केक का स्टोर था, right? जो उनके पास इतने सारे केक थे, उसमें से Saint Peter, he requested for a single cake. He requested for a single one, okay? Why? Because he was very much hungry at that time, because he was fasting that day, okay? So since morning he didn't have anything to eat, and now he was feeling very weak, he was feeling very faint, okay? So he wanted to have something. So when he saw that, you know, that old lady, she is baking the cakes and she is having so many cakes with her, so Saint Peter, he requested, he asked for a single cake, okay? So she made a very little cake, but as it baking lay, she looked at it and thought it seemed too large to give away, okay? So when Saint Peter, he requested, he asked for a single cake, then what was the reaction of the old lady? Let's see. So she is the old lady, okay? So that old lady, she made a very little cake, okay? Very little means very small cake, okay? So she was having so many केक्स विथ हर, राइट? बट उसमें उन्होंने, यू नो, जो उनके पास स्टोर ऑफ केक्स था उसमें से उन्होंने केक नहीं दिया, बट व्हाट डिड शी डू? शी मेड अ वेरी स्मॉल केक, ओके? बट एज इट बेकिंग ले, बट व्हेन शी वाज बेकिंग दैट केक, शी लुक्ड एट इट एंड थॉट इट सेम टू लार्ज टू गिव अवे, ओके? सो शी प्रिपेयर्ड अ वेरी स्मॉल केक, ओके, टू गिव टू सेंट पीटर, बट व्हेन शी वाज बेकिंग द केक, ओके, देन शी लुक्ड एट द केक and she thought that it is too large to give away, okay? So now we can see that, you know, that old lady, that old woman, she was so greedy, right? She was so unkind. She was having a store of cakes. It means she was having so many cakes with her, right? And Saint Peter, he requested for a single cake, right? But, you know, instead of giving from the store of cake, she started to bake a very small cake, and it was already very small, very tiny cake, but you know, for her it was too large to give away, okay? उसको ऐसा लगा कि ये तो, you know, इतना बड़ा केक है, इतने बड़े केक को वो किसी को ऐसे ही कैसे दे सकती हैं, okay? So she was not at all kind, she was not at all generous, okay? She was very greedy, okay? So this is the quality of that woman that we can see here, that she was a kind of, you know, miser lady. She was very unkind, she was very ungenerous, okay? And she was very much greedy, okay? वो इतनी ज़्यादा greedy थी कि, you know, she was having so many cakes with her, but still she baked a very tiny, very small cake to Saint Peter, and still वो उस छोटे से केक को भी नहीं दे पा रही थी, okay? Next, therefore she needed another and still a smaller one, but it looked, when she turned it over, as large as the first had done, okay? So first of all, in the previous stanza we have read that, you know, she baked a small cake for Saint Peter, right? But you know, उनको जब वो उसको bake कर रही थी, then she realized that it is too large to give away, okay? So she was unable to give that cake. Next, what did she do? Therefore she needed another, okay? So when she was unable to give that cake to Saint Peter, then she needed another cake, okay? So what is need? Need means to make a dough of a flour, okay? So in this picture we can see when we bake cake, okay? So first of all we have to prepare the dough, okay? So need means to make a dough of a flour, okay? So she needed another dough, okay? And still a smaller one, and this time the dough, it was smaller than the previous one, okay? So already she made a very small cake, but this time, you know, जो डो था वो पहले वाले से भी, you know, smaller था. Now this time she made a smaller cake, okay? But it looked, when she turned it over, but again when she was baking the cake, okay, and when she looked at the cake, then she realized that, you know, it was as large as the first had done, okay? So this time she realized that, you know, उन्होंने पहले से भी छोटा डो बनाया था, but still she realized that this one was also ऑल्सो द सेम, उतना ही बड़ा था जैसे कि पहले वाला था. ओके, सो नाउ वी ऑल कैन सी, नाउ वी ऑल कैन इमेजिन. ओके, कि जो ओल्ड वुमेन है ये एक्चुअल में केक देना ही नहीं चाहती है, बिकॉज शी इज सो ग्रीडी, शी इज सो अनकाइंड. ओके, वन person is there at her door. Okay, and that person is requesting, he is asking for one cake, right? And this old woman, she is having a store of cakes, right? But still she is unable to give a single cake. Okay, so first of all she made a very small cake, okay, for Saint Peter, but then she realized that it is too large to give away. Okay, then for the second time she made yet a smaller cake, okay, than the previous one, but this time also it was very difficult for her to give that cake away. Okay, so now we can see that, you know, that old lady, old woman, she is so selfish. Okay, she is so mean and she is totally uncharitable. Okay, next. Then she took a tiny scrap of dough and rolled it flat and baked it thin as a wafer, but she couldn't part with that. Okay, so now for the third time, what did she do? Now she took a tiny scrap of dough. Okay, so what is a scrap? Scrap means a small amount of something. Okay, so now for the third time, you know, she took a very small quantity of dough. Okay, and then she rolled it flat. Okay, so it was such a small quantity, then you know, when she rolled it, it was totally flat. Okay, because it was really a tiny piece of dough, it was such a scrap of dough. Okay, and baked it thin as a wafer. Okay, and when she baked that scrap, that tiny piece of dough, then it was as thin as a wafer. Okay, so students, in this picture we can see it is wafer. You all know wafer, you all, you know, enjoy eating wafers. So now we can see this is the single slice of a wafer, it is so thin. Okay, so now for the third time she baked a cake that was as thin as a wafer. Okay, but she couldn't part with that, but still this time also she was unable to part with that. Okay, so what is part? Part means to leave, or we can say to give away. Okay, so for the third time she baked a cake that was as thin as a wafer, but still it was difficult for her to give that tiny piece of cake to Saint Peter. Okay, so she was so selfish, she is really very mean, she is really very unkind and ungenerous lady. Okay, so students, in this stanza we can see use of simile, right? Rhyme scheme I am very much sure that you are marking. Okay, and in this stanza the example of simile is, we can see here, it thin as a wafer. Okay, so now there is a comparison, and in that comparison the writer, the poet, is using the word as. Okay, so this is the example of simile. Okay, so the third cake, it was as thin as a wafer, right? So this is the perfect example of a simile. Clear? Next, for she said, my cakes that seem too small, when I eat of them myself, are yet too large to give away. So she put them on the shelf. Okay, so she tried, you know, thrice. She tried 3 times to bake a cake, to make a cake for Saint Peter, but all the times for her the cake was too large to give away, too big to give away, right? First of all she made a small cake, second time she even made a smaller one. Okay, and for the third time the cake was as thin as a wafer. Okay, but you know, all the 3 times she was unable to give the cake. Okay, so finally she said that, you know, my cakes that seem too small, when I eat of them myself, are yet too large to give away. Okay, so she said that, you know, when she ate, you know, the cake by herself, then every time all the cake, you know, she realized that they are too small. Okay, but if she have to give away those cake to some other person, then for her the same cake looks like too large to give away. Okay, so this is being selfish. Okay, if she is eating the cake by herself, then for her the cake is very small. Okay, but if she has to give the same cake to another person as a charity, or we can say as a act of kindness, okay, then for her the cake is too large, too big to give away. Okay, so finally what did she do? She put them on the shelf. She put all the 3 cakes, okay, that she made, she put all the 3 cakes on the shelf. Okay, and she decided that she will not give any cake to Saint Peter. Okay, so that old woman, she is very miser. Okay, she is very selfish, she is very, you know, totally uncharitable, ungenerous. Okay, and you know, she is very much harsh also. Okay, she totally denied, okay, to give a single cake to Saint Peter, and she herself admitted this thing, right, that if she is eating the cake by herself, then they are very small. Okay, and if she is giving the same cake to some other person, then they are too big, or we can say they are too large. Okay. Then good Saint Peter grew angry. This is quite obvious, for he was hungry and faint, and surely such a woman was enough to provoke a saint. Okay, so now what was the response of Saint Peter? Obviously Saint Peter, he was very angry, he was very upset. Okay, because he was there and he requested for a single cake. Okay, for he was hungry and faint, and Saint Peter, he was very much hungry, he was very much weak. Okay, so we have read earlier that he was fasting that day. Okay, so since morning he didn't eat anything, so now he was very much hungry, and this is the reason he was very weak. Okay, so now he was very much angry also. Okay, and surely such a woman who was so miser, who was so selfish, who is so, you know, mean, who is so unkind, was enough to provoke a saint. Okay, what is provoke? Provoke here means to make angry. Okay, so generally जो saints होते हैं, right, they are so composed, they are so calm. Okay, वो बिल्कुल भी उस तरह से गुस्सा नहीं होते हैं, वो generally, you know, बहुत calm रहते हैं, बहुत composed रहते हैं, right. But this woman who was so miser, who was so selfish, who was so unkind. Okay, so that woman, you know, provoked this saint, that woman, you know, made angry Saint Peter. Okay, so Saint Peter वो generally, you know, इतने angry नहीं होते थे, but you know, this woman, she actually angered Saint Peter. Okay, and he said, you are far too selfish to dwell in a human form, to have both food and shelter and fire to keep you warm. Okay, so Saint Peter, now he is very much angry. Okay, and he said that, you know, you are far too selfish to dwell in a human form. Okay, he said to the old woman that you are far too selfish. Okay, he said that you are very selfish, and this is the reason you are not you are not liable to dwell in a human form. Okay, what is dwell? Dwell means to live. Okay, so Saint Peter, he said that, you know, you are so selfish, you are so unkind, you are so ungenerous. This is the reason, you know, you should not be a human being. Okay, to have both food and shelter and fire to keep you warm. Okay, and you don't deserve to have food and shelter and fire. Okay, to keep you warm, because you are so selfish, you are so mean, you are so unkind, right? Because as a human being, these are the basic qualities that you should be kind. Okay, kindness should be there, you should be generous. Okay, you should help each other. Okay, these are the basic qualities of human beings. Okay, so being a human, you should be kind, you should be generous, but you are so selfish, you are so mean, you are so unkind that you don't deserve to be a human being, you don't deserve to have food and shelter, you don't deserve to have fire, that can keep you warm. Okay, next, now you shall build as the birds do, and shall get your scanty food by boring and boring and boring all day in the hard dry wood. Okay, so now Saint Peter, he is very much angry, he is very upset. Okay, and now he cursed the old woman. Okay, and he said that, you know, you don't deserve to be a human being. So he said that, you know, now you shall build as the birds do. Okay, so all the birds, they build their own nest, they build their own home. Okay, so now he said that, you know, you also build your own home, and you shall get your scanty food. Okay, so what is scanty? Scanty means very little in quantity. Okay, so Saint Peter said that, you know, now you will get your own little food. How? By boring and boring and boring. Okay, so what is boring? Boring means to make a hole by digging. Okay, so you all have seen a particular bird who gets its food by digging holes in the trunks of the trees. Yes, that bird is a woodpecker, right? जिसके बारे में, you know, हम सबने सुना है, हमने देखा भी है. Okay, so now Saint Peter, he said that, you know, you will get your little food by digging holes all day, and where? In the hard dry wood. Okay, so Saint Peter, he cursed that old woman to be a woodpecker. woodpecker, okay, and he said that now you will build your own home and now you will get your little food by doing such hard work, okay. You will dig holes, okay, throughout the day in the hard dry wood, okay. So Sandpeter, he was really very much upset, okay, and this is the reason he cursed that old woman, okay. So in this stanza we can see example of repetition, okay, boring and boring and boring, okay. So the word boring is repeated 3 times, okay, and all the poets they use this literary device, that is repetition, to lay emphasis on the idea, okay. So the poet, she actually wanted to present that जो वो अब ओल्ड वुमेन है जो कि अब वुडपैकर बन चुकी है, सो उनको कितना हार्ड वर्क करना पड़ेगा टू गेट लिटिल फूड, ओके. सो नाउ शी विल डिग होल ऑल डे, ओके, इन द हार्ड ड्राई वुड, ओके. Next, then up she went through the chimney, never speaking a word, and out of the top flew a woodpecker, for she was changed to a bird, okay. So now next, what happened? Now up she went through the chimney, okay. So in this picture we can see this is the chimney, okay. So such chimneys are used, okay. जो smoke होता है kitchen का, right, उसको बाहर निकालने के लिए such chimneys are used. So there was one chimney in that cottage. So now she went through the chimney, okay, never speaking a word, and after that that old woman, she never she never spoke a single word, and out of the top flew a woodpecker, okay, and out of the chimney there was one woodpecker that was flying, for she was changed to a bird, because now that old woman, now she was changed to a bird, now she was changed to a woodpecker, okay. So in this picture we can see this is the woodpecker bird, okay, and it always gets its food by digging holes in the trunks of the trees, okay, and it actually has to do a very hard work for its food, okay. And that old woman, now she was a woodpecker, okay, because she was so mean, she was so unkind, she was so ungenerous, and she was so uncharitable, okay. So because of all these things, now she was a woodpecker, okay. Next, she had a scarlet cap on her head, and that was left the same, but all the rest of her clothes were burned black as a coal in the flame, okay. So now the poet is saying that she was having a scarlet cap on her head, okay. So what is scarlet? Scarlet is brilliant red color, okay. So she was wearing a red color cap on her head, so that hat was same, okay, it was left the same, okay, but all her rest of the clothes were burned, okay, and now they were black as a coal, okay, in the flame. जिस तरह से coil जो होते हैं वो जितने black हो जाते हैं, okay. So जो cap she was wearing, the red color cap, it was still the same, but rest of the other clothes they all burned, and now they were all black just like the coil, okay. So in this picture we can see woodpecker looks like this only, its entire body is black, okay, but it's having red color feathers on its head, okay. So poet is saying that the old woman, she was having a red color cap, so that cap remained the same, okay, that red cap remained the same, but all rest of her clothes they became black just like a coil, okay. So she was having a perfect appearance of a woodpecker, okay. So in this stanza again there is one example of a simile, okay, that is black as a coil, okay. So one comparison is there, the clothes of the old woman, okay, that is compared with the blackness of a coil, okay, and in that comparison the word as is used. So this is the example of a simile, clear? Next, and every country schoolboy has seen her in the wood where she lives in the trees till this very day, boring and boring for food, okay. So this is the last stanza, the concluding stanza of the poem, and in this stanza the poet is saying that every country schoolboy, country means the rural area, okay. So generally इस तरह के जो legends होते हैं, okay, they are very popular in the rural area, the local areas, okay. So now all the schoolboys of that area, they have seen her in the wood, okay, where she lives in the trees till this very day, okay. So according to the legends, till now all the schoolboys they are able to see that old woman that is now a woodpecker, okay, sitting on the trees, okay, and boring for food, okay. So till now she is working so hard, okay, she has to she has to dig holes in the trees for her food, okay. So till now she is working so hard for her food, okay, and all the school boy, they are able to see her in the wood sitting in the trees, okay, and boring for the food. Clear? So students, the poem ends here. I hope the poem, the story that the poem is narrating, everything is clear to you all, okay. It is very easy poem, easy to read, easy to understand, and there is no deeper meaning in the poem, okay. And I hope all the literary devices that we have discussed, they are also clear to you all, okay. Rhyme scheme you can mark by yourself, okay, and there are some examples of similes in the poem, okay, some example of alliterations in the poem, so you can mark by yourself. Clear? And in the next video, we will see the comprehension part, we will solve the questions, and we will see the summary of the poem, okay. So see you in the next video. Thank you.